Sam Harris drops brutal takedown of Joe Rogan. His platforming lies has helped politically shatter America. I'd actually say quite differently. I believe that Sam Harris has a permanent scowl. He lives in a false reality where he himself is a hypocrite who can't look in the mirror and recognize he's exactly what he describes other people to be. And Joe Rogan has tremendously helped this country, propped up a plethora of different voices and opinions, and allowed them to be heard, decentralizing the ability of individuals to share their ideas in this country in a much, much beneficial way.
We're talking about Tim Pool breaking down Sam Harris. Now he's out here having a meltdown over Joe Rogan, accusing him of fracturing America, misleading the public, and platforming the wrong voices.
But here's the story from Mediaite. Podcast host and political commentator Sam Harris dropped a scorched earth takedown of Joe Rogan and Dave Smith on Sunday, accusing them of regularly flubbing facts, helping to fracture the U.S. politically, and recently platforming World War II revisionists. Joe is a genuinely good guy who wants good things for people, but he is honestly in over his head on so many topics of great consequence. Here's the video.
Joe is a genuinely good guy who wants good things for people, but he is honestly in over his head on so many topics of great consequence, right? When he brings someone on to just shoot the shit about, you know, how the Holocaust is not what you think it was, right? And you know, maybe Churchill's the bad guy in World War II.
Is that talking?
Or he's got Dave Smith, you know, being treated as an expert on Israel and Palestine and the history of that conflict and the moral emergency that came to the world's attention on October 7th, and what is appropriate to think in the aftermath of all of that, right? Dave Smith is the only reason why anyone knows what Dave Smith thinks about any of this is very likely because Joe had him on multiple times.
So Sam Harris admits Joe Rogan is a good guy, but because he gave his platform to Donald Trump, guys like Tucker Carlson and others with controversial views, it was somehow irresponsible. Give me a break. Joe Rogan's platform has done more to open minds than any ivory tower elitist has in decades.
Times to talk about it.
Hey, Sam, I had him on my show too, okay? We get millions of viewers on our show every night. On the actual IRL, we do maybe, I think we get like 800, 900,000 per episode every single night. It's been tremendous. And then with all the clips combined, we average around 3 to 4 million views. So, Sam, okay, don't leave me out. I'm kidding, by the way, but it is fun.
He's a pure misinformation artist. And
come on.
You know, on top of many others. And when Joe talks to someone like Trump or Tucker Carlson or, you know, any of these other guys who lie as freely as they breathe and doesn't push back against any of their lies. In fact, in Trump's case, really fairly energetically helped put his lies into the most plausible possible shape. It is irresponsible. I mean, it is directly harmful.
Sam Harris has lost his mind. Here's a guy who famously went on Bill Maher's show. Ben Affleck is there. Actually, let me pull up this clip for you. Let me pull up the Ben Affleck, Sam Harris, Islam video. Let's see. I don't want the full 10-minute video. I want the hot moments, which was short. Is it really that short? They got one that's a minute long.
Principle.
Yeah. Well, liberals.
Oh, that's so cringe. It's some guy watching. I'm not going to watch you watch that. They got a bunch of these videos. Man, that's unfortunate. I'm not going to pull up the 24-minute video. And then, so I guess we won't get it. But
so the other thing we want to talk about, of course, is that you and I have been trying to make the case, I think, I have anyway, that liberals
10 years ago
need to stand up for liberal principles. This is what I said on last week's show. Obviously, I got a lot of hate for it. But all I'm saying is that liberal principles like freedom of speech, freedom to practice any religion you want without fear of violence, freedom to leave a religion, equality for women, equality for minorities, including homosexuals. These are liberal principles.
Failed us. And the crucial point of confusion, thank you.
Thank God you're here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the crucial point of confusion is that we have been sold this meme of Islamophobia where every criticism of the doctrine of Islam gets conflated with bigotry toward Muslims as people.
Right.
And that is it's intellectually ridiculous. Even it gets
So hold on, are
conflated with
you
racism.
the person who understands the officially codified doctrine of Islam? You're the interpreter of that, so you can say, well, this is...
I'm actually well educated on this topic.
I'm asking you. So you're saying if I criticize you're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something...
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it.
Right.
Well, no,
It really isn't.
I'm not denying that certain people are bigoted against Muslims as people.
Right.
And that's a problem.
Big of you.
But
why are you so hostile about this
Because
concept?
it's gross. It's racist.
It's not. But it's
Racist?
so not.
It's like saying
It's
those
so not.
stateless, shifty Jew.
You're not listening
Absolutely
to
not.
what we are saying.
You know what I really don't get? Why did Ben Affleck, who isn't even Muslim, get so defensive when Sam Harris was simply making a rational point? Sam wasn't being racist. He wasn't attacking Muslims as people. He was criticizing ideas, specifically certain aspects of Islamic doctrine that, like in every religion, can be extreme, outdated, or even dangerous. And guess what? That should be okay to talk about. It should be essential in a free society to challenge bad ideas regardless of where they come from. But Affleck couldn't even hear that. All he heard was bigotry and racism because his own self-righteous ego couldn't handle it. And here's the kicker. Now Sam Harris has become Ben Affleck. Everything he once stood against, the emotional outrage, the refusal to hear other perspectives, the moral panic over open conversations, that's him now. Except this time it's not about Islam, it's about Donald Trump and Joe Rogan. And suddenly Sam's logic doesn't apply anymore. Suddenly free speech is dangerous. Suddenly platforming someone is a crime. This is what Trump derangement syndrome does to smart people. It melts logic. It rewires principles. It turns free thinkers into ideological gatekeepers.
You guys are saying if you want to be liberals, believe in liberal principles
Right.
like freedom of speech, like
Right.
we are endowed by our forefathers with an inalienable rights, like all men are created equal.
Ben, we have to be able to criticize bad ideas. And
Of course we do. No liberal doesn't want you to criticize bad
But
ideas.
Islam
But
at
why
this
would-
moment is the motherlode of bad ideas.
Jesus.
So we have
That's just
ideas
a fact.
like
It's not
blasphemy.
a fact.
It is
It's an ugly thing.
Apostasy.
It is,
One basic liberal
Well, let me
principle
unpack
is
it.
tolerance.
Let me unpack
but
it.
not for intolerance.
I got to tell you, this is why I have no interest in ever going on Bill Maher's show. But anyway, I digress. I probably shouldn't say all that because I've been talking to their team. I will go on Club Random. That would be great. Sam Harris at the time, the reason I bring this video up is that he was presenting this. We're allowed to criticize any idea we want. We must have these conversations. Ben, why are you so angry about this?
Of course not, but the picture you're painting is to some extent true, but is hugely incomplete. It is certainly true that plenty of fanatics and jihadis are Muslim, but the people who are standing up to them, Malala, incredible
Malala's
Muhammad Ali
fantastic,
Dadak in Iran, in prison for 9 years for speaking up for Christians. A friend that I had in...
Nick,
Or how about the more than a billion people
those
who
are
aren't
Muslims
fanatical, who don't punch women, who just want to go to the store,
Wait a second.
sandwiches,
Wait a
pray 5 times a day,
second.
and don't do any of the things that you're saying all Muslims
Okay,
do.
So the point with this video is how Ben kind of loses his mind. Is a very famous moment where Sam was like, but Ben, please, listen to my sound, reasonable approach to this. That's not Sam anymore. Sam is now the exact same thing that Ben Affleck is. He's saying Trump is a liar. Why is he allowing liars to speak? This is wrong. Joe is wrong for doing this. Here's a guy who said we should be allowed to discuss these ideas, these bad ideas, going, no, he's not discussing them the way I want them to be discussed. His brain shattered.
100%. Sam Harris's brain is fried, just like Ben Affleck's marriage to Jennifer Gardner. And I genuinely believe at this point, some of these people have had their spirits hijacked by something dark, something demonic. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Do you trust what Joe Rogan is offering? Or do you think people like Sam Harris are just scared of losing control?